Welcome back to the YouTube Hard Truths podcast. This is a podcast consisting of 4 or 5 short episodes full of little nuggets of hard truths that kind of need to be accepted in order to find success as a creator, be it on YouTube, podcasting, other social media, or just in general, but with a specific direct focus and application to YouTube. In this episode, we're going to be talking about why the things that you do in a video, the things that you show, the things that you say, the editing techniques that you involve in your editing process all need to add to the viewer experience for your video or for your other content if it's not video, or those things need to not be done at all. And while there is room for experimenting, I truly feel that a lot of people do things just at random or just because other people do them or without thinking, that instead of adding to the video, make the video much worse, when a much more simple approach without those extraneous messy things would be smarter and more effective. Before we get to that, which will be a little bit of a scene change here, I do want to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is by far, in my opinion, the best tool to manage your YouTube channel. You can update videos in bulk, schedule them out to other social media. You can A/B test titles, thumbnails, descriptions to see which work best and which ones you should stick with. You can back up all metadata for your videos in case they get wiped like mine did last year out of nowhere. If you want to learn more and try it for free, go to EposVox.com/TubeBuddy or the link in the show notes. Let's get to the content. If you're doing something in your video, be it during the creation of the video or during the editing process, and it doesn't add to the video watching experience for the viewer, then stop doing it or do it better. I see this all the time. I used to do it all the time. It's a common beginner mistake, but one of the most important ones to fix as soon as possible. Look at anything you do for a video. Music, face cam, editing effects, the way you shoot your video, evaluate it all. If it doesn't add to the video and make it better, don't do it. For example, if you're prone to forgetting to balance your audio levels properly and have music beds that overpower your voice in a video, and the music isn't crucial to the point of watching the video, then don't use the music. If you're adding face cam to a tutorial but have a really bad green screen setup or don't know how to use it or size it properly, don't add the face cam to the tutorial. So often people are starting out and trying new things, and they will just keep implementing a certain aspect of a video that they feel like they should have just for the sake of having it, such as with face cams, music beds, etc., and it winds up being super distracting or just outright ruining the video. It doesn't do you any good to add specific elements if they go on to ruin the video for the viewer. Now, this isn't to deter trying out anything new. By all means, try new things in individual videos. Feel free to try new things. But once it becomes a pattern, it's time to stop doing it. And if someone projects criticism towards that thing, explain that you tried something new, it didn't work, and you're working to fix it. Don't just say, oh, I didn't feel like fixing it. I can only talk about this so far without having specific examples, but I don't want to call anyone out or publicly hurt their feelings. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the YouTube Hard Truths podcast. This is something that I see all the time, something that I struggle with myself when it comes to just not paying attention to the decisions that I'm making, but something that as long as you're thinking about, you're going to get working in the right direction to make the best decisions for your content. If you're interested in hearing more of these episodes from this podcast, we're hopefully available on most podcast providers, iTunes, Stitcher, whatever is popular these days. You can also come over to youtube.com/EposVox, where I have other tech-related and educational content, and I believe we'll be syndicating this to Instagram TV as well, if you want to come to instagram.com/EposVox to check that out. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day.